everyone. All right, so this is the last part of factoring the last technique that I need to teach you. This is factoring a trinomial, similar to what we've done before. The difference is that this one, ax squared plus bx plus c, the difference is there's a number in front of the x squared term. So just to remind you, what did it look like? What did we do when there was no number in front of the x squared term, like in this problem? We would look for two numbers that sum to -5 and multiply to -14. Okay, so when I see 14, I immediately think of 7 and 2, right? So if I had -7 times 2, it does equal -14. And if I had -7 plus 2, it does equal -5. And then what we would do with those numbers is we would just say x minus 7 and x plus 2. And that was it. That was our answer, right? Okay, sorry, I just paused to erase. So when we found that that's exactly what we did. So this one is similar. We're still looking for something that we need to sum to and something we need to multiply to. But the difference is the method I'm teaching you is called the AC method. So we still sum to -13, but this time we're going to multiply to 30. Everybody see that? So multiplying to 30. And look, where did that 30 come from? A, 5, times C, 6. So that's why this is called the AC method. All right, so let's think about what are some numbers that could multiply to give us 30. Let's see, 5 times 6 would work, right? And since this is positive and this one's negative, it tells me the number should be negative. So if I had -5 times -6, that equals positive 30. But if I add them, I just get -11. So you need to try another number. What else goes into 30? Well, 3 and 10 do. Let's try that. -3 times -10 is indeed positive 30. And -3 plus -10 is -13. So there we go. We have it. This is where it's different. Instead of just immediately saying x minus 3, x minus 10, we're going to put the -3 and the -10 in place of the -13. So I'll put 5x squared minus 3x minus 10x plus 6. So that's what I did with this -3 and the -10. They went in place of the -13 right here. And we are allowed to do that because -3x minus 10x is -13. So that's why this totally works. And now we will factor by grouping. So first step, group, and then we look for a GCF. The GCF between 5x squared and minus 3x is x. And then if we divide, we would get 5x squared divided by x is 5x. -3x divided by x is -3. There's a minus sign here, so we keep the minus sign. GCF between 10x and 6 is 2, right? So 2. 10x divided by, or -10x divided by -2 is 5x. And 6 divided by -2 is -3. So once we get here, remember these two should be the same. And then how we write our answer? X minus 2 times 5x minus 3. Now, there are other methods for doing this. And if you use, like, for instance, I know the bottoms up method is also popular. Feel free to do so. But this is the method I use. I use factoring by grouping for these. Let's try another one together. So here I have 3a squared minus 23a plus 30. So again, I'm going to make my sum and multiply chart. The numbers need to sum to -23, and the numbers need to multiply to 90. Remember, not 30. It's 3 times 30. So let's think about this. What are some numbers that go into 90? Well, 10 times 9 works, right? And since this one is negative, I know they're both going to be negative. So -10 times -9 is indeed positive 90. But if I add them together, -10 plus -9, we get -19. So So that doesn't work. We need a different number. So what else goes into 90? Well, 15 does, right? So negative 15 times what? Well, let's see. 15 goes into 96 times, right? So negative 15 times negative 6 is positive 90. Negative 15 plus negative 6 is negative 21. So closer, but still not quite there. So what else could go into 90? All right, so also what else goes into 90? 18. So let's try negative 18 times what? Negative 18 times 5, negative 5. That gives me positive 90. Negative 18 plus negative 5 is negative 23. There it is. We found our winner. But now remember what we do when we find those numbers is we put them in place of the negative 23, the b term. So I'll do 3a squared minus 18a minus 5a plus 30. So that's what we do with these numbers once we find out what they are. And this one did take us a few tries because 90 has a lot of factors. But that's what we do with them. We put them in place of the middle term, and then we factor by grouping. So we'll do GCF between 3a squared and negative 18a is 3a. 3a squared divided by 3a is just a, or 1a if you prefer. Negative 18a divided by 3a is negative 6. On this side, and again, when there's a minus here, we just keep the minus. 5a plus 30. The GCF between these two numbers is 5. 5a divided by 5 is a. And 30 divided by negative 5 is negative 6. So once again, making sure these two match, that's important. And the way we write our answer, 3a minus 5, the two numbers from outside, and then a minus 6, the value that was inside the parentheses. And that is our final answer. All right, good work.